Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In the previous video, I introduced methods and how to actually declare them, and we talked about how the methods should always appear after the closing curly brace of the main method, but before the closing curly brace of the class. So now in this video, I basically just want to talk about the importance of methods. Again, I also talked about it in the previous video, but to recap, method is essentially a way to be able to break down a program and have it do simple tasks. So that way we don't overload the main method, meaning we don't have a bunch of code in main. For example, I could also let's just run this again. Let me just run this again to show you what I mean. I could run all this. Let me just comment out the cookies again. I could run all this. I could just like copy this, put in here, copy this, put in here, copy this, put in here. But this will be very inefficient, and somebody reading code will probably give up and say, I don't know what's going on here. And you're basically overloading the main method. So methods basically allows you to decompose bits of your code and put them and separate them in methods. So that way somebody reading code or you for your own convenience, you could say, okay, the first thing I'm doing is I am calling the method cookies. Again, methods are executed in the exact order that they're typed. So for example, if I put dog here before cookies, the dog method will be called before the cookies, even though right here the cookies method is typed out before the dog method. So again, like the orders here, for example, if I move the cookies like on this line right here, like after everything, it doesn't mean like it's gonna call dog first and then ice cream and then cookies. It will basically call it in the order that the main method is specified. Again, the main method is what gets run. So in this case, cookies and then dog and then ice cream will get called. Doesn't matter what you have here. So, for example, if ice cream comes first, it doesn't mean ice cream be called first unless you make it be called first. So that's just how methods work. And here's the thing. Remember how in the first day of the video, like the first couple of videos, I said like you don't have to understand what public, static, void, main, all this means. Well, we basically covered about 60% of 60% of this code right here. As you already know, public static void. What does that sound familiar and look like? And main. This actually means that this is a method. Yes, the main is a method. That's why it's called the main method. So that's just something that you guys should know so far. You guys already know half of, like majority of, more than half of what this main method does. So main method is basically a method, and the method has specific. It's not a method where you could declare and do whatever you want with it. I mean, you could print out whatever and call whatever you want inside of it. But in order to be called a main method, which that's what the program runs off of, it has to follow the specific criteria for a main method. For example, in all the other methods, we had nothing inside of it. Again, we'll talk about what those are next week. And but the main method needs to have those parameters inside of it. So that's just basically uh, the main method and how methods work. So that's just a little thing that I wanted to tell you guys. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.